Hello and welcome back to Dungeon Mastering Videos. I'm your host and resident nerd watcher, Nick DiPetrillo, coming to you now from a new location, headquarters of Wizards of the Coast, and now myself, Renton, Washington. Because of my move, there's a topic I've been thinking a lot about lately: how to find a new gaming group and how to behave once you've found one. Finding a gaming group is probably easier now than it's ever been, thanks to the internet's wondrous power to bring us together. After all, you're watching me online. Pick any tabletop gaming system you fancy. Go to their official website, search their forums, and I'm sure that they have a sub-forum devoted to helping gamers of that system find each other. Search there for your area and make a new post, putting out the cry for local gamers. There's also several specialty sites devoted to bringing gaming groups together regardless of their system. And of course, you can use the internet to keep up with your old gaming group. Tools like Skype, Obsidian Portal, Map Tools, Gamertable are all very useful for playing together even if you're on opposite sides of the country or on opposite sides of the world. Obviously, it's not quite as good as being able to sit down at the table together, but it's a decent substitution. Of course, the old-fashioned ways still work. Find a local game store, talk to the people there. Search their website, see if they have a bulletin board. You're probably going to need to be a little bit extroverted because most gaming groups don't put out advertisements. So you're going to need to put forward the work to find the group unless you're really lucky. Or you can see if a gaming store or some other venue around does regular RPGA events that you can join. Or go to a game day event to celebrate a new release. That's a great place to meet gamers and see people who might be looking for a group in your area. Now, once you've found a group, you need to put your best foot forward. It's a bit like going on a first date, really. You need to let out a little bit of yourself, but not do all the talking. Be polite, be well-mannered. One of the first and most important things with your new gaming group is making your first character. I recommend you really reach out to the DM when you're making your first character and collaborate with him. Find out as much as you can about the background of the world, see if you can get a vibe on the group from him, and make sure your character fits in both in-game, story-wise, and out of the game with the general tone of the group. Next, you need to make sure that your character doesn't step on anyone's toes. If the group has a dedicated cleric for healing, and the player playing him really enjoys that role, if you show up with a healer, that person's not going to like you very much. You want to find a niche that the group hasn't filled. And don't double up on anyone's classes. That's very rude, and you're immediately going to be seen as an interloper trying to replace them in their own gaming group. Always remember that you're the outsider here. You're really the one that needs to prove yourself to be an asset to the group and just a fun person to have around. Now, once you've made your character, you show up for your first session. Be on time, don't keep everybody waiting. Doesn't hurt to bring snacks or soda or whatever else the group likes. Find out the etiquette. If the group typically eats dinner beforehand and you show up starving and you're complaining about being hungry all night, it's not going to work out well. So find out as much about the game's etiquette as you can. As you sit in your first game, you should be a bit passive. Observe the clues, pick up the social context and start going with the flow. That doesn't mean you have to completely assimilate, but, mind your manners in someone else's group, and you can try and change things over time later. You might be used to a completely different way of doing things, but it's incredibly rude to show up and start demanding that everybody bend to what you want to do. It could be that you need to move a little bit and the group needs to move a little bit towards you, or it might end up that the group is just not right for you and you need to keep looking. Well, I hope that helps any of you wandering group searchers, and good luck and good rolling.